What's up, everyone? I'm your boy Jay Chance of The Jay Chance Show, here back again talking my shit. Give you guys a very intriguing and, a very interesting outlook on the subject at hand. And today's topic, we're actually going to be talking about a situation that had occurred years ago about a legend by the name of Tupac Shakur. For years there's been speculation as to how he died, if he's dead, and exactly what happened that fateful night at the red light. Well, tonight I'm going to actually discuss with you guys and possibly give you some inside information as to what happened that night, give you an alternative view of a different situation and a different spin on it. And we're going to get into it. Now, first of all, if you guys do not know who Tupac Shakur is, he's, without a doubt, he's a legend. He's a rapper. He's an icon. He was really big back in the day, and his music is still legendary, to be honest. That's what Google is for. So if you don't know who Tupac Shakur is, I expect you to definitely use Google. His classic, one of my favorite songs is actually Dear Mama. But anyway, he was a very interesting and intellectual person, to say the least. He was into not just rapping and writing, but just the creative arts of entertainment in general. He also was very misunderstood and outspoken about a variety of topics. Now, if you do your investigative reporting on Tupac Shakur, one of the not so known facts about Tupac Shakur is that Tupac was actually bisexual. Yes, he had a relationship with Jada Pinkett. Yes, he had a relationship with Madonna. But he also had a relationship with several individuals in the music industry. Now, several male people in the music industry. Now, back then, although it was quite prevalent, just as it is today, it wasn't known. The internet wasn't necessarily out. People were even more closeted than they are now. So the fact that Tupac Shakur, who was very feminine in his private life, the fact that he indulged in that type of activity was to be kept a secret, thus creating the whole concept of the deal. Man, now Tupac Shakur was portrayed as a thug, and but the people who knew him the best and the most, they knew his sexual preference, they knew who he was allegedly dating at the time, and we're just gonna get right into it now. Before we get started, I'm going to digress for a second, because Tupac Shakur, in reference to him being a great musician and a great rapper and a great writer, Tupac was actually a great actor. He actually starred in two of my favorite movies from back in the day, which is Juice, which is a torrid story about who you can trust and who you can't, even if they're in your own clique. You might want to check that out. And also Poetic Justice. Now, there's been speculations for years that Janet Jackson actually requested Tupac to have an AIDS test because there was a kissing scene in the movie. Now, to those outside looking in, you might wonder, well, why in the world would Janet Jackson request such a condition with a simple kiss? Well, Janet Jackson knew of Tupac's discretions with men, and back then, homosexuality was automatically linked to the AIDS epidemic. That was about the same time that Magic Johnson and the black community were actually exposed to HIV and AIDS. So Janet Jackson, because of, I don't want to say ignorance, but because of misinformation and because of fear, she wanted that precaution. And that's why it was put in the contract that he had to take one. Now, here's the thing. This is what you guys don't know. Prior to Tupac being murdered, there was a number of threats and attempts on his life. Now, because of that, what they had actually put in place is to have Tupac's vehicle actually secured and set up as secure as the president's vehicle, in reference to it being bulletproof. That included the windows, that included the car, that included the doors, that also includes the tires. Bulletproof. So, and just to give you another inside track, no pun intended, is that Tupac allegedly was dating Quincy Jones at the time. Now, Quincy Jones is a legendary producer who has produced a number of great songs for people like Michael Jackson and others, and has sequentially been a mainstay in the black community as far as music and also movies. Now, Tupac Shakur and Quincy Jones were having problems at the time, and from what I hear, Tupac was actually going to expose Quincy Jones for liking men, for lack of a better word right now. And, again, back then, people were definitely tabooish about the subject. It could have actually ruined Quincy Jones's career at the time, especially with the recent allegations of him allegedly touching Tevin Campbell. So, there were only two people in the car. Well, actually, three people in the car when Tupac was killed. There was Tupac. There was Suge Knight. And there was Quincy Jones' daughter. Now, if the vehicle was bulletproof, that means that the shot that killed Tupac had to come from within the car. It's doubtful that Tupac committed suicide. Suge Knight didn't do it. That only leads one person. So the question is, did Quincy Jones's daughter kill Tupac Shakur in fear that he was about to expose her father? That is the question. Leave your questions and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Jay Chance of The Jay Chance Show. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like or dislike. And look forward to reading your comments. Talk to you guys later.